Some people really are exceptionally critical. That being said, if you notice your mother-in-law regularly criticizes your appearance, your ambition, your values, your family traditions, or other things that are important to who you are, then it could be a big red flag that she doesn't care for you. Talk to your partner first. They need to support you first and foremost. This is essential to happy in-law relationships. If your partner plays the "I don't want to get in between you two" card, then call them out. They're not in the middle. They are your partner and they need to act like it. You are a team. Even if they don't always agree with you, they should act as your partner and stand united with you in public. If they want to take up an issue regarding your behavior or interaction with their mother, then they should do so in private. And that is a clear sign that she dislikes you, she dislikes you, she hates you. Yes, we're talking about the silent treatment. This tactic might seem a bit high school, but there is no doubt that it's effective at getting the message across. If your mother-in-law isn't your biggest fan, she'll brush you off and ignore you. She won't include you in family discussions about the future, and she won't invite you places. When referring to your household, she'll only mention her child's name. Most obnoxiously, she'll constantly bring up the past. It is difficult for sure, but her freezing you out may not last forever. Make a more conscious effort to build a relationship before giving up entirely. It doesn't ask about you or your life. Asking questions and taking an interest is a relatively simple and painless way to let another person know that you care about them. If your mother-in-law never makes the effort, it might be a sign that you are not her cup of tea. If she just won't ask, you can just share about what is going on with you without being prompted. Also, accepting that your mother-in-law may be jealous of your accomplishments or even your relationship with her son may give you perspective. So if you are able to tell yourself how sad it is that she has to go through life so negatively, it may help you feel better. She keeps you at arm's length. If she stops talking when you come near, is friendly with everyone but only sort of civil to you, or doesn't tell you any more about her life, much of this is about showing that she's still relevant and powerful within the family and its relationships. That being said, of course, it won't make you feel any better that she doesn't like you, or that things are tense or uncomfortable when the two of you get together. Respect needs to flow in both directions. What's going on, people? How are you doing? My name is Dr. Sami Baya. Please welcome back to my channel. 15 signs your mother-in-law hates you. 15 signs your mother-in-law dislikes you. Research says that 1 in every 4 women, in a total of 2,000 women, respondents, felt that their mother-in-law were controlling in nature. Once you start spotting the signs that your mother-in-law hates you, it leads to frustration, resentment, frequent arguments with the husband, and in worst cases, the end of marriage. That, my friend, is the work of a manipulative mother-in-law who hates you so much. A mother-in-law can create a toxic relationship that can have a negative impact on everyone. Having to deal with a toxic mother-in-law can be a nightmare, but having your mother-in-law hates you. She will blatantly ignore you and pretend to do her nails. If you happen to air an opinion, she will dismiss it right away. So this is a clear indication that she harbors toxicity towards you and hates you immensely. Number 3 sign that your mother-in-law hates you. She never fails to highlight your flaws. Whether it was the cake that had cracks at the top or your blemishes, she never fails to highlight your flaws. And she even does that in public. To top the insult, she even offers you advice and may even buy you skincare, cosmetics for those blemishes. She might seem sugary when she picks up the negatives about you, but don't let that mislead you. She doesn't like you and she leaves no stone unturned to make that clear. Number 4 sign your mother-in-law doesn't like you. She passes rude and snide remarks when no one is around. Being critical about everything you do is one thing, but passing rude and snide remarks the moment the two of you are alone just takes the heart rate to the next level. And no, she won't insult you in front of the whole family. After all, she has that image to maintain. Plus, she would never show her son how much she truly dislikes you. Instead, she will say hurtful and mean things to you when you are wrapping up the kitchen and no one is around. It spoils your mood for the night, all right? Probably what she wants to spoil your mood for that night too. And even if you try talking to your husband, he will have trouble believing you because she's so nice when he is around. Number 5 sign your mother-in-law hates you. The concept of boundaries is alien to her. Despite your repeated reminders, your overbearing mother-in-law fails to respect your personal boundaries. 6 sign your mother-in-law hates you. She is least interested in your life. No. She never asks how your day went, why are you happy today, or what caused that bruise just beneath your eye. You keep wondering, why does my mother-in-law hate me so much? Your cunning and jealous mother-in-law is least interested in your affairs and never asks you about all your accomplishments, whether it is your academic excellence, sports, or the current best employee award. Everything that you have ever accomplished is simply irrelevant. She will leave no stone unturned to make sure you understand that all your accomplishments mean nothing to her. She's not proud and she simply doesn't really care. They're clearly rubbish and she will never be genuinely happy for you. When your mother-in-law hates you, she has a thing to undermine you. She has this thing to sabotage everything you do and undermine all your efforts, whether it is the long-awaited vacation you have planned or your parenting choices. A jealous mother-in-law would want you to fail and weaken all your efforts. Negativity, and because she's into hyper competition with you, she will try her best to make you feel less in everything: confidence, ability, power, and intellect. She will compare herself with you often, and needless to say, she would always emerge better. Number 9 sign your mother-in-law hates you. She insults your family. One of the signs that your mother-in-law hates you is that she's insensitive towards you. She does not hesitate to pass rude remarks and insult your ethnicity, religious beliefs, and even your family. She may not say nasty stuff directly and will sometimes even say it as a backhanded compliment. You may not even realize your family has just been insulted. This sounds cheap, but a toxic mother-in-law who resents you completely will have no boundaries. Number 10 sign your mother-in-law hates you. She speaks about your husband's exes enthusiastically. A toxic mother-in-law would radiate toxicity, nothing more. She might blatantly mention something about your husband's exes. She wouldn't hesitate to compare you with them. This one would hurt a lot, but would also leave you with no doubt that your overbearing mother-in-law feels you are not deserving of a son. Your mother-in-law hates you. There are no pictures of you and your husband. So in this age of prints and pictures, you have photos of everything, even what no one eats and what one pees. Okay, not literally. The thing is, if you notice not even a single picture of yours in her house, then you need not make any second guess. She definitely hates you. In-law hates you. She does not like you to be a part of family gatherings. This one is aimed at maligning your social image when it comes to the family get-togethers. A mother-in-law who hates you will conveniently forget to invite you for family gatherings or simply not tell you a key aspect of an expectation. Knowing that your mother-in-law hates you, she vehemently complains about you to her son. Not in front of you. She'd never want you to counter her allegations. But when she finds him alone or he has had an argument with you, she will sit him down and tell him how hard she's trying. But you, and believe you me, she will have a long list of complaints which she will fervently discuss with her son.